Hello, everybody, and welcome into Thursday, November 16th, 2023. Ken Stout Live with the Zoom Homies with Ken Stout Live. I know there's no audio from the Zoom Homies coming out yet, but my audio is working. We have Greg, William, Sin, Rich, Jeff, Josh, and two Photo Mix Medias with us tonight. So you guys should be able to say hi to YouTube world now and be heard across the world.
Hello, YouTube.
YouTube.
Hello, YouTube.
Hello,
YouTube.
hello, hello, world.
Yeah. So let's see here. This thing keeps disappearing on me, and I'm not sure why. Sin Vicious was first tonight into chat. I don't count my little test that I do to make sure that that thing works. Followed by, I believe, William Dawson said hello from Florida. Greg Guy was third, but he has an excuse. He was eating. I don't know who eats more, Alex or Greg.
Probably Alec.
Tony Wallow was fourth. Jeff Ryman says good evening to all. Tony says the audio is normal. Bobby Warren says, hey, Ken. Hey, Bobby. Bobby says, hey to me. Yeah, what a day this was. I have to leave early. She's getting off early. So I'm sitting with Mom, and she sends me a text and says, they want me to come to work at 2. This is at 1 o'clock. I said, that ain't happening. My mom's not going to be left alone, and I'm not going to bring her with me just so that, you can appease this place. I said, send him a message and tell him you'll get there as soon as you can, and I'll when I can get out of here, I'll get out of here and come take you to work. And she sent me back a little bit later, and she says, I told him 4 o'clock. I'm like, well, again, I don't know what time my sister's going to be home, so let's hope that works out really well. And that was the last I said. My sister got home about 2:30, so it worked out really good. I was sitting here messing around on a computer when my buddy sent me a text. He goes, hey, it's supposed to be 67 degrees this afternoon. You want to try to get in 9 holes of golf? And I'm like, yep. No thought process needed there whatsoever. So we met. He got there about 4:15. I was there early. I did get Mrs. K to go in early so that we could play at 4. We got in 10 holes today. We got in the 9th, and then we went to the first hole, and it was getting pretty dicey to see the ball, but we played it for real, and then we messed around chipping and putting until it got absolutely too dark to play, and we did give up. So I'm pretty sure this is probably the last time I get to play golf this year. The weather's going to take a horrendous turn for the cold next week and rain, so it was good to end on a good note. I shot 6 over par, which is 33, par's 27, as opposed to 43 that I shot the other day. I gained 10 strokes today. I had a really good. My putter came back. I'm telling my putter, when it's gone, my game sucks. So I was happy with it. Jeff looks like he's having some dinner. What are you having, Jeff?
Salad.
Well, yeah, Caesar, lettuce.
No, just spinach, tomato, onion, cucumber, green pepper, broccoli.
No lettuce.
No lettuce. Red
At all.
cabbage, carrots, and mushrooms. No, I never use lettuce.
No olives?
No. I'm not an olive fan, which makes me weird in my family. I'm the only Ryman I know that doesn't like olives.
I like black olives, and that's about it. I don't like
I
any
can
other kind of
tolerate
olives.
black olives on some things, like on a pizza.
Exactly. So, Tim Wiz says hi. He says, hi, everyone. Sup? I hope everything went well. I hope everything goes well. It's not in past tense yet.
Where are you seeing Tim Tech?
In chat, YouTube chat.
I don't.
I'm doing.
Really?
Not seeing it.
I see it.
You might want to refresh your screen. It's Bobby, Tim right now, the last 5. Mom's all right. Josh, thanks for asking. She's We had a
Okay.
good 3-hour visit this afternoon.
Hmm.
Um,
I think I know why.
yeah.
No more need be said.
Yeah. And I understand. We'll do some
I had
follow up.
forgotten
What a couple minutes I'll have. I literally have to right after the stream ends hit the road to go pick her up. Unless she texts in between now and the next 27 minutes and says she is going to go ahead and stay overnight. They wanted her to work 2 to 10. Then they wanted her to work 4 to 6. Then she said now it's going to be 4 to. They wanted her to work 4 to 6 p.m. Now it's going to be 4 to 6 a.m. Okay. And then she texted me when I'm on the golf course. She goes, I just can't believe this place. Now I'm going home at 10. I said, fine, I'll pick you up at 10. You know, what can you do? She's working extra tomorrow. So there's no great loss of hours there. I don't get it. I don't understand it, but you know, not my place to do that. Josh asked how mom was. Mom was good. We sat there and talked about the TV shows that are getting ready to be canceled. She's a big Young Sheldon fan. So we talked about that. Talked about the fact that her Christmas tree is already up. I'm like, Mom, you know, this isn't even the middle of November yet. And she says, oh, yeah, I know. My little sister put it up. So she said, what can I? She literally shrugged her shoulders and goes, what can I do? So, but it was good. Got to see my youngest son's new house. It is not a house, it's a mansion. I mean, I've never seen a house. I've never seen a house that a 2.5 car garage is in the middle of the house and then off on the wings of the house or the house. I've never seen that until today. I guess that's a thing now. I don't know. Nice house though. I wouldn't want the payment for it, but beautiful home. Got a couple little whiz bang things in there for the kids. Literally a couple of playrooms that are connected by a tunnel. I didn't have that when I was a kid, you know. Man, kids these days. And then when I got home, my granddaughter called me and she says, Grandpa, shh, we have to talk in quiet voice. My baby's asleep. My granddaughter will be 3 in February. I said, you have a baby? She says, yes, he's asleep. Of course, she meant her baby brother. So cute. Very cute.
Only tunnels we had is the 4 bedposts and throw an old blanket.
Throw a sheet over, right. Yeah. I remember those. Now growing up on a farm and throwing hay and whatnot, we used to get into some of the barns that had a lot of hay and a lot of room, and we would make tunnels through the hay. We would do that. We had a fantastic one at one of my friend's house until his dad found out about it, and he became unglued, and we had to put it all back because apparently you can't have that. That just throws off the symmetrics of the whatever. So we just went to another friend's house and did the same thing. Good old days, man. Good old days. Anybody got anything? I did watch most of Doug today when I got home. I did do that. Alex did call me. Literally the second I sat down from walking in the door from my mom, son, and golfing, which I thought that
damn cameras hidden in there.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, it was really ironic. I had just sat down. I had a little bowl of chow mein, and he calls. I'm like, whoa, this is really weird. So nothing. Go ahead.
No, I slept through Doug's this morning.
I wished I could
By
have slept
accident,
through Doug's.
but I did. So
Yeah, I would have loved to slept through Doug's this morning. We get home to about 7:20 this morning, and then to be up. She initially wanted me to be there at 10, but that just wasn't going to happen. And then it worked out good. The day was perfect. I just took advantage. When it's 67 degrees and sunny outside, no wind on the 16th day of November, you got to be outdoors. In fact, when I was waiting on Jake to get there, these 2 guys come walking up, and I said, go ahead, play around me because I'm waiting on my buddy to be here. He's not here yet. And they're like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, he said he'd be here in about 15 minutes, so you got plenty of time. And they said thanks, and then we got to talking. The guy goes, I suck at golf. He goes, I'm only out here to be outdoors, and I'm getting exercise by walking around chasing that damn little white ball that I don't know how to hit all over this golf course. And after watching him play 2 holes, I agreed with him, and they played a grand total of, they played 1, they played 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5. They played 7 holes. You could just see the frustration. They gave up, walked off the course. No matter how bad I'm playing, I don't get that frustrated. I will drudge through it. Oh, new word of the day is drudgery, I believe, or was that yesterday? I think that was yesterday's word, wasn't it? Or was that today?
So they
Doug
walked
mentioned
off the course. They walked off the course and had beer and pizza, eh?
Probably. I don't know. I didn't follow them to see what their cuisine was going to be tonight. Yeah, no. I mean, gosh, such a beautiful day. Nobody's out playing golf. I don't get it. Of course,
Didn't you like the description of golf in the?
Yeah, I did. I like that. I made a comment. I gave you a thumbs up, so I was the first to like, since that's a thing now.
Because it seemed just perfect for a dog to follow the balls around.
Yep. I found the brightest, yellowest golf ball today that I've ever seen in my life. It's literally neon yellow. And I didn't see it. I stepped on it. I thought I was stepping on a walnut, and I glanced down, and no, there's this big, it says emoji on it. I should go get it and show it to you guys. It's kind of funny. So I actually gained today. Didn't lose any golf balls, and I gained one. I think Indiana won. I hear the post-game chattering going on. Let me go check the sports score real quick. I was watching the game earlier. They looked really good there for about 5 minutes, and then reality set in. Like my golf game. You know, it was going really good there for a few minutes, and then reality set in. Although I did share my scores today. Today I had 2 pars and a birdie. My birdie streak is still alive. And I really didn't have any bad putts until the 9th hole. And then I had 3 horrible putts. I made up for lost time. Oh, yeah, they won 89-80. Wow, they came back and scored 80 points. That's good.
Well, at least you had a good day. I had a shitty day.
Well, you did. Let's see. Let me see if I got that message right. You ordered the wrong size bed?
Headboard.
Oh, headboard. Okay.
I'm hoping they'll come and pick it up, because all I did was take it out of the box, put 4 big screws in there and lined it up. I said, wait a minute. It's too wide. I tried adjusting the frame. No, it's not going to work, because then the 2 sides of the box spring aren't going to be sitting on the metal rails. I came down, fired up the computer, and looked at my order. I said, son of a bitch, I ordered a queen size. I didn't click full size. Son of a bitch.
Well, if you live closer, I'd take it off your hands. We could use it. We have a queen size bed. We could use a new headboard.
Yeah, but it's in dark gray.
Well, the price is right. I'd buy it. But
I
I don't have the means to transport it from Indiana or from Maryland to Indiana. Oh, speaking of Maryland, is it true that Maryland is the richest state in the Union?
I don't know.
I don't either. That's why I'm asking. Mrs. K brought that fact up to me, and I was like, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea.
You drive through Maryland, just about anywhere, you see giant horse farms everywhere there.
Yeah.
Everywhere. If it's not a horse farm, then it's paved.
Maryland is okay. Now that's by population. So is it by population?
According to our friend Google, Maryland is the 7th richest state by one list, and that's in terms of gross product per capita.
Yeah, I googled it. It came
the
up.
State and divide by the number of people.
Right.
But I have no idea whether that's right or not.
I think Donald Trump has a vineyard there somewhere.
Yeah, typical of some of the websites I run across these days. It's starting out saying Number 2 is, and it doesn't really say what the number 1 state is. Virginia appears to be number 1. Median household income 80,963. Colorado 82,000. Wait a minute. Median thousands 80,693, and it's in number 1. But yet Colorado's 82,254, and it's number 2. Connecticut. Oh, maybe these are backwards. Maybe Virginia's at the low end of the spectrum because the numbers are going higher. 83, 84. Income in Hawaii is 84. California, I don't believe California median income is 84 grand. New Hampshire's 88. That seems awfully steep. New Jersey, 89. Now the mafia's doing well. Massachusetts, 89. Maryland is 90. Maybe Maryland is, according to this. Wow,
Now,
Greg.
according to this thing I'm looking at, you look at median household income, Maryland's number 2. District of Columbia is number 1.
Well, they probably don't consider the District of Columbia a state yet, and it's still
Well,
a district.
It's in this list.
Right,
I mean, it
right,
isn't a state, but
right.
pseudo state.
I don't know how she got. I mean, she comes up with the weirdest things sometimes to talk about.
Well, there's probably a list out there with that on it. If you didn't count DC, Maryland would be number 1 by median household income in 2023, according to this one list.
Wonder where Indiana falls on that list at. Is it the top 10 or is it list all 50 states?
I don't know. Guess who's lowest by
Arkansas.
Mississippi, which is no surprise. They're lowest on a lot of things.
Really? I figured Arkansas might be way down there on the list as well.
Well, Arkansas is usually a couple above Mississippi. It's kind of like I watch some shows on HGTV, these home renovation things.
Right, right.
And there's a husband and wife team in Arkansas who do stuff that I like. And then there's these husband and wife team in Mississippi that have been doing a lot of stuff. And they both do great work. But I look at it and I say, well, that's a nice house. But the hell of it is, it's still in Mississippi.
Right, right.
And that's not to say the house couldn't be nice there, but there's just other things that, like access to health care and that sort of stuff in small towns.
Golf courses, yeah. Things that are important.
So, who knows?
Yeah, I know. I know what you're saying. I get it. I think they were talking about that prior to the show starting. I think Josh was talking about a couple shows he was watching and that the houses were nice. And William had pointed out that it's not all it's cracked up to be. Some of those houses, the people, once it's renovated, can't even afford to live there anymore, and they end up losing their house. And I've seen some specials on a couple of them where it's not all it's cracked up to be. Of course, then again, it could be manipulated.
There are some of those shows I don't necessarily trust what you see. The original ones out of Waco, Texas, that are on their own network now.
Chip and what's her name? Joanne, Chip and Joanna Gaines, I believe.
Korean lady.
Yeah,
she's half Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard read complaints elsewhere that some of the workmanship wasn't that good. And when you hire them to do it, you give her complete creative control.
Right.
If you want to be on the show, you have no say in how things end up. And then what was the other one? Oh, Property or Others, those guys that live here in Vegas.
Right.
I've heard a lot of complaints about, they go all over and they hire some local contractor who does all the work in behind the scenes. One of the brothers is a contractor, but he only does stuff in front of the cameras.
Who's the big guy in Vegas that Scott something?
Oh, that show isn't on anymore. It was I know who you mean. And his wife was making design stuff and he was always groaning and moaning about how much she spent on stuff and
right.
All of that. That you see reruns of that on some of the A&E channels.
Right, right. So that's no longer, is he out of
It's no
business
longer
out
being
there?
made new shows, I don't think.
Oh, me.
Some of these shows are all about the drama and that sort of thing.
Sure. Speaking of shows, I sent you a few emails, so make sure you check your email.
I did.
All right. If you're still short anything, let me know.
I will.
All right.
I only like one link. I mean, you were grouping them in like links of 6,
Yeah, a
and
bunch.
for some reason, only the first one works, and the rest of them, if I click on them, then it just tells. It's Google Drive tells me I got to get permission.
Well, even on the new ones I just sent.
Yep.
All right, we'll work on it. I'll
The
figure
first
out.
one, the first one worked great. I mean, the one that you'd sent, the whole season,
Right, right.
they worked great. I mean, I just had to go down and click, click, click. It took all of 10 seconds to download each episode.
Right.
I mean, it was working great, and that's what I
Maybe
got.
I'll just resend all of them that way then.
I'll let you know when it's still.
All right, yeah, just let me know. Let me know. So apparently Las Vegas Formula One experiment is not going well. And I saw another article.
So on what, Friday this week?
Saturday, isn't it? Saturday,
18th?
yeah, Saturday morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, my time, and 10 o'clock at night, your time, which again is ridiculous, but I get it. It's because that'll be the time that the races ran back in the countries that are big on Formula One.
I saw a TV show of a company in Las Vegas, and all they did was replace light bulbs, and some of them are in the highest place. You couldn't even, it took mountain climbers to get up there to replace that stupid bulb.
Speaking of bulbs, I read an article where the brand new sphere that they made is already losing money.
Don't know, but it's a bright sucker.
Oh, I bet.
I just noticed it last night. It's on all the time now at night, apparently, and we were going to baseball last night, and I could see it over the top of one of the walls along the 215 here over on the east side. I mean, it's not close to us, but that sucker's got to be big. Essentially, that's a TV all around the half sphere, whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Well, it will make money for somebody. I remember when I first moved out here, there was a casino out near where we lived. It's the called the Rampart Casino now.
Right, right.
It went bankrupt twice.
Wow.
Before the current owners got it. And the current owners have made money off of it because they got it for a decent price. The hotel is owned by Marriott now, and they contract some outfit who runs the casino part for them. But it went bankrupt twice. But it is making somebody some money. It went bankrupt once just before I got here in 2000, and then it went bankrupt again a year or two later. And then when the current owners got it, they made money off of it.
The most popular
bankruptcy court sold it for a low price.
The most popular show on from Las Vegas was Pawn Stars.
Oh, it's still making new shows.
Are they really?
Yeah, and I haven't watched a Pawn Stars show in years. I mean, it's still on History Channel with new shows.
You ever been down to their pawn shop?
Yes, before they did the Pawn Stars show, or before it became popular. Some of my wife's jewelry got stolen, just costume jewelry mostly, and ended up in their pawn shop, and we got it back for free.
Wow.
If you can find stuff that's been stolen and the pawn shop takes it and you get there within 60 days, the pawn shop eats it.
Right.
After that, you have no claim.
Yeah, I'm surprised they cap it at 60 days. Yeah, it's going to be on at
Well,
zero.
it may be 90 days, but it's something relatively short.
Sure. It's going to be on 0100 for me on Saturday/Sunday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning. So, like I said, I may watch a little bit of it, and but it won't be much. She's
Well,
supposed to
you
be
can
off,
record
so
it for us and replay it on the homies broadcast.
I might do that.
Oh, start in the end. Don't care about anything in between.
Yeah, really. Long Dog puts the comment interesting. Well, now this is very interesting. Long Dog made a one-word comment. He must not be feeling well.
I was about to say that.
I hope he does understand we're just poking good humor at him. And I speak too
There
soon
he
because
goes.
here it comes. He thinks of Chumley when Alpha made his own little business buying property, renting something. I think Chumley ran his own business dealing drugs, didn't he? Or something
I'm not
like
sure
that.
what it was.
I mean,
He
I don't
got
know.
Caught up in something. He got arrested, and they did work out a plea bargain with probation for him eventually.
Well, yeah. So why is this not the pop out's not working again right now? I just decided to stop with Long Dog broke my chat with the one word comment. Let's try this again. Let's see if we can figure this out. So if I close this one and pop chat out and make it grab the URL, which is silly because the only thing that changes is the last 6 or 7 digits. Everything else remains the same. Control V. Now we should be back to, yep, there it is. So I don't know what happened, but his comment of interesting actually froze it, made it didn't work. So I got to move that out of the way. There we go. Sin, I'm hearing some background saxophone music or something. What it sounded like. Your box was lighting up.
Sorry, I usually mute that.
Well, you're fine. We're all guilty of having background noise, right, Greg?
I just found a whole web page devoted to Chumley. And his
Greg goes, "What? What are you talking about?" Always mute myself.
He pleaded guilty to a felony weapons possession charge.
Wow.
He had some weapons that nobody's supposed to own privately.
Oh, well.
And a attempted drug possession misdemeanor. And he had 3 years probation, which he apparently completed in 2019.
Yeah, the thing when you own something that it's not publicly, you're supposed to own it or whatever, you just keep your big mouth shut. You don't advertise that you have, look, I have this here pen, which is illegal to own in the United States.
Well,
oops, I shouldn't have done that on live TV.
All of these things were found as a consequence of an investigation into a sexual assault charge.
Oh, well.
So the cops searched his property, searched his home in conjunction with that. And if they find any other crap that's illegal, then you're in deep doo-doo at that point. So,
yeah.
Never had any sex charges, apparently.
He got lucky.
And since he completed his probation, he only has a misdemeanor on his record now. So he had assault style MP5 weapons and .223 caliber rifles.
Personal protection.
Well, that show when they would buy some of these antique guns, and they'd have to fire it before they'd buy it.
Well, and you may remember Rick Harrison, the owner, would also check to see when the gun was made. If it was newer than a certain date, he said, my license doesn't let me legally own certain guns.
Yeah, the one thing I always liked about the show is when people brought stuff in, he did a thorough job of getting it checked out. We'll say that.
Sometimes he got some experts in to check things over and still got burned occasionally, which is one of the things that made the show interesting for some
Yeah.
people.
There goes the scroll. I'm going to go ahead and give some shout outs here. I got to go to the studio to do that, though. Sin Vicious was first. William, Greg. And Greg, that's twice I've mentioned your name now. Greg was third. Tony Wallow was fourth. Jeff Wireman was fifth. Bobby Warren was sixth. Tim Tech Wiz was seventh. Long Dog was eighth. And chat tonight was rather slow. Tony says good night. And Tim Tech Wiz says good night. So thank you guys for being here. I forgot to flash the Zoom credentials, but if you want to join us, it's Stout Z00M@gmail.com. Not the letter O, the number 0. Just trying to be cute.
You ought to
Have a great
one of
night.
each-
Do what, Jeff?
Have one of each, a 0 and an O,
I should have done that, huh?
and then flip them occasionally.
Now I'm getting confused. Good night, everybody. Hey, Chris wasn't here tonight, was he?
No,
All you have to do is make like 3 different more emails and just
No,
Jumbo
I have
Spreadsheet.
two's plenty. Two's plenty. I have trouble keeping up with that now.
Still don't see the spinning circle.
No, I haven't hit the button yet. I'm working on it.